Hey guys, welcome to the video. In this video I'm just taking a look at a regiment I've painted up for my Union Army. This regiment is the 83rd Pennsylvania, also known as the Pennsylvania Mud Turtles. So I'm just going to talk a bit about the miniatures and then I'll move on to the history behind it. So these miniatures are all plastic miniatures from Perry's, the actual Union Infantry box set. I kept the paint scheme quite nice and simple, not too over the top. To kind of fit in with everything else I've done. These miniatures I've painted up, as well as the 54th Massachusetts and the 69th New York previous videos I've done. These are all miniatures I painted this year. So so far, when this video is released, I've got 72 miniatures painted. I have actually got a lot more miniatures painted, but yet to put them on the channel. But yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye out on how many miniatures I'm actually painting up, as just a bit of a cool little project. So as of this video, 72 miniatures painted and put on the channel. Hopefully we'll see how big that number can get throughout the year, as I've got quite a lot I'm already currently painting, so it'll be interesting to see how big the number gets. Yeah, the flags themselves are flags of war, and the sallet bases I'm using are from Charlie Foxtrot. So let's move on to the history behind the regiment. So the regiment was set up in late 1861 and served till mid 1865, so basically spanned across the whole American Civil War. I believe there was 10 companies in there, so you'd assume the number was around 1,000 at the time of mustering the regiment. I have got a figure here of 1,800 men when it was mustered, but I'm not sure how true that is. So yeah, they were in kind of all the big main battles, notable battles. They were at Antietam, Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, Gettysburg and Cold Harbor. That's just to name a few, but kind of some of the big ones. So just kind of a thing about their nickname, the Mud Turtles. I've kind of put a guess in there on why they're named the Mud Turtles, as I'm not 100% sure why. However, they did take part in Burnside's second campaign, which was known as the Mud March. So I'm wondering if they got their nickname from that. So if anyone does know, just kind of let me know in the comments. That'd be brilliant, as I'm quite curious to know. When it came to Gettysburg, the 83rd Pennsylvania were in Strong Vincent's brigade, which is the same brigade as the 20th Maine, and they were located on Little Round Top on the second day. And so yeah, the 83rd actually fought alongside the 20th Maine. So that's kind of a little project I'm going to do, is build Strong Vincent's brigade. So far I've got 2 regiments out of it. At the Battle of Gettysburg, this regiment had 308 officers and men available. So you can see that number's shrunk quite a bit throughout the war from their supposed larger mustering size. When it comes to their regiment as well, like I said, they're in Strong Vincent's regiment. Just to think about Strong Vincent, so he led the brigade during Gettysburg, the battle, and he was actually mortally wounded at the Battle of Gettysburg, where he died 5 days later. So, but yeah, quite an interesting character, and no one's heard of him. So I definitely do advise you to kind of look into it. It's quite interesting. Another little fact about the 83rd Pennsylvania, that they actually suffered the second highest number of battle deaths among Union Army infantry regiments during the war. So that's a lot of deaths. They were only second to the 5th New Hampshire. So yeah, still a pretty kind of horrible stat. Just to put it in perspective, supposedly the total enrollment number of the 83rd Pennsylvania was 2,270 men. Out of that 2,270 men, 944 men were wounded, killed in action, or died from disease. So, you know, just under 50% is quite a scary number. But yeah, so I hope this video has kind of been interesting to you guys. Just like I said, just a little bit about the regiment, to kind of put sort of a name to the faces, as it were. So I quite like to put a bit of a background to the regiment. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Hope you found this useful. And as always, keep an eye out for any videos I do in the future. Cheers, guys.